Hello everyone and welcome to Epic 7. I don't think I've covered any sort of Epic 7 content on the channel up to this point, but here we are. So the reason I'm recording some Epic 7 today is because of the 11.28 update. Now the only thing I'm going to be covering from this update is the equipment conversion system. And basically what this boils down to is, at least for me, I don't think this system is worth using. Now I have yet to use the system myself. I'm actually going to use the system for the first time in this video just to showcase why I don't think it's worth using. But essentially what this system allows you to do is using these items on the left, you can pick a specific main stat for a piece of gear, and then you can craft that gear. And the way you craft the gear is like a lot of the other systems in the Alchemist Steeple, you contribute equipment to the item that you are wishing to craft, and the more equipment you contribute, the better the quality grade. However, unlike the other systems in the Alchemist Steeple, this is where the main problem lies. Outside of the fact that you have no influence over substats, but that's an entirely different topic. I'm just going to be talking about what they have implemented as of currently. Okay, so I'm going to head into the equipment conversion system, which is in the Alchemist Steeple, and try and illustrate why I have a problem with this system, at least initially. Perhaps my views on this will change in the future, because this is still fairly young. It's just come out today, after all. So, initially, the main issue I have here is just potentially like how expensive it is to try and get an item that you might want. So I've picked the main stat here, critical hit damage, which means I'm going to be crafting an amulet. Now, let's say I want a crit set, so you have to contribute items to get the crit set, guaranteed. Let's say I contribute speed set as well, so then I have a 50-50 chance. I don't have a problem with that. That seems fine to me. The issue is this, so I've just contributed 10 level 85 amulets to this system, and I'm only at normal quality grade, so that's like 5% chance of something at getting an epic grade. And now my question to you is, if I have the choice of crafting, if I'm going to handcraft this item, why would I go for anything under epic grade? If I can control what quality item I'm getting, I'm going for epic grade no matter what. Why would I choose otherwise? This is my main issue with the system as it is now. Now let me see how much. Let's see if I can demonstrate this here. I have to unlock the item here. So if I go to equipment and I unlock one of my amulets, that's at plus 15. So this is a plus 15. This is Gavleplate's amulet, plus 15 level 85 amulet of lifesteal. I'm going to see how much quality grade that contributes. Right, so if I offer that up, I'm at about the 50% mark. So, a level 85 epic grade amulet at plus 15 only gets you at 50% quality grade. That gets you about 50% of the bar, and you're still at normal. This is the big problem here, because why would I ever sacrifice an item like this? I would never contribute an item like this towards crafting. That just doesn't make any sense. I'm going to be using an item like this. And then second of all, I will never plus 15 a shit amulet. I'm just not going to upgrade a shit amulet in general. I mean, I can just, at this point in the game, I can just look at something and tell if it's shit or not. So the system, it doesn't make any sense. That got me to 50% of the bar. I'm going to need, you know, maybe at least 2 of them, right? So how much gold does that cost in total? Well, allow me to show you. Okay, so this is the amulet I'm going to be upgrading to test to see if 2 plus 15s will get me an epic grade, and also just to see how much gold it costs to upgrade a plus 85 or a level 85 amulet to plus 15. So here are the substats here. Here's the main stat. It's got the flat health, which in most cases isn't that good, but depending on how these substats go, I may actually end up using this, or if it turns to shit, I'll just contribute it to the crafting system, whatever. Just keep in mind how much gold I have starting out here, 25.8 million. And let's see where I'm at here when I'm done. Okay, so I'm at +9 here, and I've already spent about 200,000 gold. I've had 2 health rolls, and then like a low crit chance roll. I was hoping for some rolls in speed. There's still room to get them. Whatever, let's continue on. Alright, so I'm done enhancing the amulet. This definitely could have rolled better, but it could have, honestly, it could have been worse. I might actually use this. And you can see I've spent about 800,000. So let's see if 2 plus 15s is enough to get an epic grade piece of equipment. So let's go back to the amulet. And so there's the plus 15. And where is the other plus 15? Okay, I had to unlock the other plus 15. So 2 plus 15 pieces, enough to get an epic grade. And so upgrading a rare piece all the way to plus 15 cost me about 800k. And I don't remember if upgrading epic pieces costs more. I think it might. Don't quote me on that, though. So to get 2 plus 15s, you're talking like at least 1.6 million gold just to get a level 85 item total RNG substats. It doesn't really seem that worth it to me. Maybe you don't need 2 plus 15s, right? Because I could have, like... I mean, you don't need 2 plus 15s. I could have, you know, plus 15 and then, you know, a couple of, like, just random pieces here and almost get epic. Maybe I could have, like, plus 15 and then maybe, like, a plus 9 or something. Or maybe a plus 15 and maybe a couple of plus 3s, plus 6s, that kind of thing to reach epic. But you're still talking about, you know, hundreds of thousands of gold pieces just to get a random RNG item. And here's the thing, right? If I want an RNG item, I can just spam this. You know, it only costs me 91k. I'm guaranteed to get a level 85 piece. Sure, I don't know what set it'll be. Sure, I don't know what main stat it'll be. But, I mean, chances are, like, with how many heroes I have, chances are, even if it's a completely random piece, chances are I may still be able to use it. You know, if I try and roll on this, and, you know, I'm going for critical hit damage, but then I get, like, nothing but, you know, like, flat main stats, like, flat defense, like, effect resist, and, like, some stupid crap I don't need or something. It was just a total waste of time, you know? So... I don't know how I don't know how I feel about this system at all. It just seems like it costs too much gold to me. Basically, I just don't want to contribute enhanced gear to this system. I really don't. I'd rather it just like to me contributing contributing 10 pieces of gear to, you know, like 10 to 1 is already totally an unfair trade. I mean, but 10 to 1 for an item that I may not even end up using is just... that's crazy to me. And then to try and get, like, the guaranteed epic grade quality, you know, I have to invest money into that. And we're talking about, you know, over 1 million gold just for an item that I may ultimately not use. That's insane. I mean, I'd be better off re-rolling the shop in the lobby. I'd be better off just re-rolling that and purchasing, you know, a level 85 piece from there. Because at least I'll see what I get beforehand, you know? So yeah, long story short, I'm not going to be using the equipment conversion system, at least not the way it is currently. Perhaps I'm mistaken, and perhaps it is a good deal. Maybe someone out there can correct me and convince me of, like, why this system is actually worth using. But the way I don't think it's worth. The way it is currently, the change that they could make where I would be willing to make the investment, if you could have some sort of influence over the substats, I would actually consider making the investment. But the way it is currently, I mean, only the main stat. I mean, if I'm only gonna get the main stat, I mean, I may as well just sit there and grind Wyvern, right? And then just craft items. Also, here's another thing I want to bring up that makes no fucking sense to me. So you only have influence over the main stat, right? So why on earth would you ever craft a left side piece of equipment when their main stat is always the same? Look at the left side gear. All level 85 swords at plus 15 have attack. I mean, like, all helmets have health. All chest pieces have defense. So, if you plan on using the equipment conversion system, do not craft left side gear. Just don't. That is not good. Because these main stats don't change. So I don't know like why on earth you'd ever craft like a sword or a helmet. I would only craft right side because at the very least, right side pieces have variable main stats, right? So like you could have a health amulet or a critical hit chance amulet or critical hit damage amulet. You know, you could have like a health ring or a defense ring, speed boots or attack boots, you know what I mean? So that is also odd to me that they would even bother having left side gear here, because this is literally no different than crafting it yourself at the blacksmith. Because if I go for a level 85 helmet, I know I am going to get a helmet with HP on the main stat. That's it, because helmets always have HP. So at that point, you're just investing a ton of gold and items into a helmet that you know you're going to get health no matter what, and just 4 random main stats that 4 random substats that you have no control over. This just doesn't make sense to me. I don't know, especially that. When all left side gear is the same, I don't know why they would do it like that. I don't know why they would do it like that at all. That's why having no way to, like, that's why having no influence over substats is just super weird. Also, keep in mind, you can only do this twice a month. You can only craft gear from this twice a month. So, just imagine, because this is bound to happen, just imagine, you know, crafting your 2 pieces of gear for the month, and they're trash. Awesome. Very rewarding. Alright, so I'm going to conclude my observations and thoughts on the equipment conversion system here. Basically, what it boils down to is, in its current state, I don't really think it's worth using. It just costs too much gold. It's too much RNG. I mean, getting a piece of gear is already RNG. Crafting a piece of gear is already RNG. Getting the substats you want is already RNG. They've subtracted a little bit of the RNG from it with you being able to pick the main stat and what set the equipment comes from, but the substats are still RNG, and I just don't think that gamble is worth it. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like. On this topic in particular, I really would, you know, if whoever's watching, I really would like to, you know, like, hear some thoughts in the comments about this. Maybe someone can convince me that this system is actually good. Feel free to subscribe to the channel. I don't know if I'll do Epic 7 in the future, but yeah, I just felt like talking about this. Because I've been waiting for a system like this for a while in this game. And it's just, it's not really what I thought it would be. It's a bit strange. So, thanks for watching. So long until next time.